Hello, my name is Eve. Welcome to my trailer for EDM8013. My teaching area is geography, and I am discussing geographic literacy, more specifically mapping literacy. But first we're going to start off with a short clip from Bluey to set the tone for my presentation.
Lulu, what would we do without SatNav?
In 100 meters, turn...
Hey, what? Turn where? Turn where? Oh no.
What is it?
We've got no SatNav.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. So geographic literacy. We define that as the ability to understand geographical messages in various competencies. Geography employs its own set of texts, and maps are one of the most common texts. Some others that you're probably familiar with in geography are diagrams, models such as globes, photographs, field studies, and persuasive texts and arguments. But it's map literacy that is regarded by many experts as geography's most essential tool. It truly is the very core of the discipline. What is interesting is that more people access maps today than at any other time in history, but the reality is that fewer people are what we call functionally map literate, and that is they're unable to encode and decode the knowledge contained within a map in order to use that knowledge. And here you'll see there's an image of someone whose sat-nav journey has gone awry. So why should we read maps? Well, maps are ubiquitous in everyday life. We use them daily to make decisions and to navigate. Some examples, simple ones, include reading the weather. We decide what to wear, finding a specific shop in a shopping centre, or locating emergencies and evacuation routes. But when was the last time that you actually used a paper map? If you're like most people, you now subcontract the navigational tasks to the digital technology in your phone or laptop. It's actually only taken 25 years for satellite navigation to completely disrupt the traditional role of maps in navigation. The research suggests that there are multiple reasons behind declining map literacy. One is that teachers don't know how to teach mapping. Another is that teachers assume that mapping is easy and they underestimate the challenge that it poses to some students. Another is that the brain-free technology like GPS and Google Maps is actually now preventing people from developing the very important cognitive maps in their brains and their spatial memories. And finally, research has not provided us with a consensus view yet on how we should be best teaching mapping literacy to students. Arthur et al., they have attempted to plug this pedagogical gap with their three domains theory. The theory provides that students should progressively master three domains of map learning, starting with a simple aerial photograph as a surrogate map, because a photograph is not a map, then progressing to a planimetric map, which you'll see in the middle image, and finally reaching the more complex topographical maps. This approach certainly could be adapted to the classroom, and it's something that I'll be exploring in more detail. I also want to talk about the Australian experience of geography. So for me, as a student of the New South Wales curriculum in the late 90s, I was oblivious to the fact that other states had stopped teaching geography as a standalone subject. I had a wonderful experience with a very passionate and dedicated geography teacher. But in other states, geography had been absorbed into a dedicated and had been absorbed into a collective humanities subject referred to as the study of society and environment. So it was lumped in together with subjects such as history. That was until a 2008 report concluded that students in Australia lacked the basic skills and knowledge to complete senior level geography. This was addressed by the Rudd and Gillard government in 2011, and geography was reintroduced as a standalone subject in the national curriculum. But unfortunately, the decline in the number of students selecting geography continues. When it comes to teaching diverse learners, there's a wonderful advantage in geography and mapping, and that is that maps are symbolic and visual. There's a great synergy between mapping and the 8 ways of Aboriginal learning, as well as the universal design for learning and its multiple means of representation. Researchers also emphasise that geospatial lessons are particularly suited to EALD learners for the powerful visual elements they can contain. It truly can be a multimodal lesson. But there is one particular area of weakness in mapping education, and that is the availability and suitability of tactile maps for students with low vision or vision impairment. They're simply not available. In conclusion, what we can see is that achieving literacy in mapping is challenging and it's complex. The learning must be connected to everyday life. Otherwise, students will make no attempt to learn mapping, instead defaulting to their easier digital technologies. And for the rest of us, our school days are long gone, and we need to get outside with a map to create some cognitive maps and protect our spatial thinking abilities. Thank you.